Hey, welcome to my channel. This video is for the new moon in Aquarius this January 21st. This is the first new moon of the new year 2023, and during this new moon, for me it feels more like an actual start to the new year because it is a new moon. And new moons are all about fresh starts, new beginnings. New moons are also a time to move slower, not make any big decisions or rush into anything. Time to turn inwards, tune into our intuition, find peace and calmness, and focus a little bit on self-care and give ourselves some love. With this new moon, we can really decide on what we want the next 12 months to look like. This new moon is in the sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about innovation and being authentic. Aquarius is also about fresh starts and new beginnings, so this new moon is extra powerful in the fact that we can really start a new phase. It's really a time to plant the seeds and set the intentions for what we want to occur over the next year. We can decide what we want the next year ahead to look like. So for this video, I'm going to do a pick a card reading, asking our familiar for some advice for this new moon. I like to use our familiar's energy and tune into the animals in our lives because they are very in tune with the energy of the planets and what's going on in the astrology, as well as with our own energy. They act as mirrors and they act as sponges. So they mirror back to us our energy, and they act as sponges by soaking up our energy, our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts, and they can just provide really good guidance and support and advice because they are so in tune with us. They really do know all our deepest, darkest secrets. And they come from pure love. They're here to help us and support us, and they have unconditional love towards us. So any advice that they give is not judgmental, and it's coming from the best place possible, a place of pure love. So that's why it's really great to work with the animals in our lives. I like to call them our familiars because we have this special connection with them. And they are assisting us, they are helping us. So while this new moon is in Aquarius, it's important to look at the energy that Aquarius brings, not just the energy that a new moon brings. We can set our intentions, what we want to occur over this lunar cycle, the next 30 or so days, with Aquarius energy in mind, because we will just get a boost and some extra support from the universe when we set intentions with the sign that the moon is currently in. So Aquarius is, as I mentioned, all about being authentic, being yourself, embracing your weirdness, your uniqueness, the things that make you you, the things that set you apart from everyone else, the things that you maybe think are weird or try and hide or that make you feel different. Really celebrating and loving and nourishing those parts of us that make us feel unique and different. Aquarius is also very future oriented, which makes this new moon even more powerful because we can really think about where we want to be in a year or so from now. We can really set intentions with our big goal, our big vision in mind, because Aquarius is about vision and seeing the big picture. Aquarius is about making progress and feeling hopeful. We can really think outside the box. We don't have to think logically. We can think and dream and really put words to our dreams. We can problem solve, we can get creative, we can find solutions that we hadn't thought of before. If we have our big vision, we know what it is, something that we've been working towards for a while, we can use this Aquarius moon to discover and make progress and movement towards turning that goal into reality. We may not have seen a way to make it a reality before, but with this new moon, we can start to discover how we can do that, or at least have hope and faith and trust that we will figure out how to do it. We can come up with new and unconventional ideas. Get creative and trust in your independence and your ability to do this, that you are capable, you are strong, and you can use your unique talents and skills to get you where you want to go. For this reading for this new moon, I will be using the Dog and Cat Communication Tarot deck, which is a deck specifically designed for communicating with dogs and cats. It follows the traditional tarot layout, but written in a way that interprets it as advice from our animals. So I will be asking our familiars, what part of our uniqueness do we need to express, embrace? Do we need to find value in? How can we find value in our authenticity? What part of ourselves are we maybe not showing the world, that we may be hiding from ourselves, that we're not even aware of yet, or hiding from everyone else? How can we find value in being different? How can we feel more free to be authentic, live and express our authenticity? So pick a number from 1 to 3. I suggest maybe taking some deep breaths and centering yourself, relaxing your body, relaxing your mind. You may want to ask your familiar what number they prefer, either 1, 2, or 3, and I'll shuffle the cards while you do so. So what message and advice does our familiar have for us? How can we express our authenticity? What part of us do we need to show? Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Group 1, your cards are the 8 of Balls and the Magician. Group 1, with your card, the 8 of Balls, your familiar is suggesting that you really like change. You like to do different things. You maybe get bored easily. You are interested in a lot of different things. You have hobbies and interests that you kind of bounce around in. You like to do many things. Maybe you feel like you don't really stick to something and you're always trying something new, or that you get bored too easily. You like action. You like movement. You like to always kind of be on the go. You also like to move your body. You like exercising. You like maybe playing sports or doing yoga, doing things that you can really involve your whole body in. But at the same time, you also like to use your brain. You like to have mental activities and hobbies and things to do that challenge you, that you can learn from, that you can grow in. You just have this wide variety. And if you feel like that's not you, then your familiar is suggesting that you get out there and try a bunch of different things. Try things maybe you've always dreamt of doing, or try things that you maybe think you're not very good at, but you've always kind of wished you could be better at. Try things that seem fun and interesting that maybe you've been holding back from. Your familiar's given you the encouragement and the push to get out there and do all the things and not worry if you don't stick with something. You don't need to stay with something for the rest of your life. You can enjoy many different things. You can change your mind. You can try something and not like it. You don't have to do it forever. If there's anything in your life that feels stale or stuck, or that you feel needs more life and air and movement into, change that thing up. Embrace change. And this is something unique to you that you should embrace more of. The fact that you love learning and discovering and trying new things. You love to move your body and challenge your mind. You love to experience all these different things and You maybe do get bored easily, and that's not anything to be ashamed of or to feel bad about if you give up on something or if you feel like you failed in something. Just move on, try something new. You're here to experience so many things, and don't let a failure or boredom or what other people say about you stop you from trying all the things that you want to try and doing all the things that you want to do. And with your other card, the Magician, your familiar is telling you that you have all the tools and the knowledge, the skills. It's all available to you. You have the capabilities to do these things, to do the things that you want to try, to do the things that you want to experience. You already have the resources that you need, and you need to kind of claim that power. You need to embrace that, saying, yes, I am capable. You maybe are having excuses like, oh, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the ability, I don't have the skill, whatever it is that you're telling yourself that you don't have, stopping you from doing these things that you want to try. Your familiar is telling you that that's not true. There is a way to get the money. There is a way to make the time. There is a way to grow your skills and to learn, and that everything that you want to do, you start as a beginner somewhere. Everyone does. And you kind of like that. You like to be a beginner. You like to discover. And then when you get maybe good at something or you feel like you figured something out, you want to move on to something else. And that's okay. Embrace that. You will find something that you want to keep doing if it feels really good to you. And if not, so what? You don't have to stick with it. When you feel inspired, when you feel motivated, take action. Don't let that go to waste. Don't let fear stop you. Be confident and just go after what you want to learn, what you want to experience, what you want to do. Group 1, I hope this was helpful and you are able to set some really good intentions with this Aquarius new moon. Try setting intentions with this advice in mind from your familiar. What is something new that you maybe want to try? Or how can you embrace your uniqueness, your unique skills? How can you be more authentic and true to yourself? How can you express your desire for change and your desire to learn, your desire to try new things? Or maybe your intention needs to involve the fact that you need to trust yourself, that you are capable, that you have the resources, you are able to develop the skills to do this thing that you want to try, do this thing that you want to do, accomplish, experience. And you can always ask your familiar for more advice or clarity. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Group 2, your cards are the Empress and the Ace of Balls. Group 2, you have the cards the Empress and the Ace of Balls. And it's really interesting, these cards are pretty similar to Group 1, so you may want to go back and listen to Group 1 as well, but there are some slight differences. So the Empress is about being mindful and being really present in the moment. And this is your familiar suggesting something that you can do to be able to really discover what it is that you want to learn, what it is that you want to do. Because the Ace of Balls is about being really enthusiastic about learning and about exploring and discovering new things. So with Group 1, their cards were more about like change, like changing what they are learning about and the activities that they are doing, and just wanting to kind of experience everything and have a little taste of everything, not really sticking with one thing, kind of hopping around, trying different things. And your cards are more about choosing one thing that you are really passionate about, that you really love, that you would really want to dive headfirst into and learn everything about that topic and discover everything you can about that topic and experience everything you can about that topic or that activity or whatever it is that you're wanting to learn, to discover, and kind of sticking with it. Being really enthusiastic. So what are you passionate about? What are you really enthusiastic about? Your familiar wants you to embrace this thing that is truly authentic to you, this passion that you have, this thing that makes you really excited, that you just have been dying to explore more about, learn more about. And it's probably something that you've been feeling that you are not capable of learning about or not capable of doing, kind of like, oh, wouldn't that be nice if one day I could do that? Well, your familiar is saying take the steps now to bring that one day that much closer. Start learning, doing research, trying to figure out how you can do this thing that you want to do, or just learn about this topic that you want to learn about. Maybe it's a skill you want to grow, or an activity that you want to do, or something that you've just been dreaming about that you haven't let yourself fully dream about, fully commit, fully feel that this is something that you can do in this lifetime. To you, it's kind of felt like a far off dream, or like, wouldn't that be nice if I could? And your familiar is saying, hey, you can do it. And start implementing that. Start figuring out what little step you can take towards the direction of doing that, of learning about that, of being able to gain those skills. And maybe you're not going to be an expert at it. Maybe this isn't going to be a career choice or something that really supports you throughout your life, but it can be a hobby. It can be fun. Make it light. Don't take it so seriously. And your familiar is really reminding you to be mindful, to trust your intuition, to trust your gut. Maybe this doesn't seem like a logical choice. It's just something that your gut, that your heart is really telling you to do, that you just feel called towards, drawn towards. But logically in your life right now, it doesn't really make sense. Or maybe other people in your life have been telling you that it doesn't make sense, that it isn't a good idea, that you should be practical and realistic. And your familiar is saying, forget that. This is something that's important to you. This is something that you are passionate and enthusiastic about. This is something that makes you who you are, and you need to embrace that and get excited about that and feel that it is possible for you, because it is possible for you. Anything's possible for you. And if it's a desire that you have, that means it's meant for you. And don't worry what anyone else is saying. This isn't a time you don't need to be logical and realistic. Trust your intuition and your heart. They're not logical and they're not realistic, but you can trust them. And to know that you're on the right path, that you're not messing anything up, trust that the universe has your back. And if this is a desire that's a true desire that you have, that you are so excited about and thinking about it just feels good, trust that the universe will have your back. And to get back to that trust, to get back to feeling safe and able to do this, all you need to do is be mindful in the moment. Tune in to how your body feels. Tune in to what's going on in the present moment. Be in the now and realize that you are safe and you are supported, and your familiars encouraging you to go after your dreams, go after what you are passionate about, go after that thing that feels a little too far, that feels a little uncomfortable. Go on, and it's safe to explore what you are passionate about, what makes you excited, and something that you are really excited to learn about, something that you are really excited to do. Set your intention this new moon in moving towards learning and discovering and growing those skills that are necessary to do the thing that you are passionate or excited about. What small step can you take right now to get to that place? And if you're unsure what you are really passionate about or enthusiastic about, just spend some time listening to your intuition, tuning into your intuition, to what your heart says, and it's Penny. Trust your intuition, trust your heart, trust in your desires. I hope this video was helpful for you, Group 2, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Group 3, your cards are the Queen of Balls and the Ten of Hearts. Group 3, this is Penny here. Group 3, your cards, the Queen of Balls and the Ten of Hearts. They are both cards that have to do with relationships and working with another. The Queen of Balls is about communication and trusting in another. It's about being confident. Yes, Penny. It's about being confident. Confident and courageous. Being brave. Your familiar trusts that you know what is best for them, and your familiar really likes it when you communicate with them about what is going on. So there are some things that we have to do, like trim our pet's nails or give them a bath or groom them or give them medication, things that they rather not do, things that they really dislike, and they don't understand why they need to do it. And they really like it when we communicate with them as if they were a small child saying, oh, you need to take this medication so you can be big and strong and you can be healthy and you can play with all your friends and you can go to the dog park and you can chase your toys or whatever it is. They really like when you communicate with them why they have to do some of these unpleasant things. And that is a unique skill that you have. When you communicate, you are able to calm others. You are able to bring peace and understanding to maybe stressful situations. You have that ability to help others understand why they have to do some unpleasant things, which is a skill that not everyone has. If you feel that you don't have this skill, your familiar is telling you that they feel you are capable of this, and you probably do this to them or for them, communicate with them. Your familiar also sees you as really brave in stressful situations. What is stressful for our familiar, for our dogs and our cats, may not be stressful for us, but your familiar is really telling you that you have this bravery, you have this ability to bring calmness to a situation that is uncomfortable, which is a really great skill to have and a real compliment from our familiars. And this is also reflected back in the card, the 10 of Hearts, which is about relationships, which is about this trust and understanding and communication in relationships, this bond that is built on trust and respect, a relationship built on support and unconditional love, and a relationship that really just loves to spend time together. So you are a very nurturing and caring person, and your familiar really wants you to embrace these qualities that you have with other people. You kind of have a magical way about yourself that you can bring bliss and harmony and peace into your interactions, your collaborations, your friendships, your relationships. Anytime you are interacting with another, whether it's a business interaction or a family interaction or a romantic interaction or an interaction with an animal, you have this presence that's calming and supportive and very loving and nurturing. So to be able to kind of tune into this unique side of you, these skills, and not everyone has this ability to be like this, your familiar suggests that you really work on the relationships in your life, or what kind of relationships do you want to have, what kind of partnerships, collaborations do you want to have. Have that a focus for this new moon. Your familiar suggests that you can be really mindful. She's got a lot to say to you, group 3. Think about what kind of people you want in your life and what do you want to receive from the relationships in your life, whether it's a business or career relationship, whether it's a group of friends, whether it's your relationship with the animals in your life, even how you want to interact with strangers, with people that you just meet for a few seconds in the grocery store. What would your ideal situation be like? What would be your dream outcome? How do you want to present yourself to others? What do you have to offer relationships? Your familiar thinks that you have a lot and this is a strength for you. It's a skill and an ability that you have that you bring into your interactions with others. And if you feel that this isn't you at all, then your familiar is suggesting that you work on this. This is something that you can grow into because you naturally have this ability. Maybe you're not expressing it enough yet, or maybe you can express it more. And humans, we are social creatures. We crave interaction and we crave being around other people. Some people, I mean, I like to be alone. I love spending time alone, but I don't want to be alone all the time, even though sometimes I feel like I could be. But we're social. Like, we need to be social. We crave closeness and sharing life and activities, having fun with others, laughing with others, engaging with others. And your familiar really wants you to consider your relationships and what you are giving, what you can provide, and what you want to receive. What do you want out of your relationships? Relationships should be a partner and a collaboration. You both should benefit. You both should work together. And this is for all relationships, not just romantic relationships, but for all relationships, for everyone that you interact with, whether it's on a daily basis or once a month. But becoming really clear on how you want your relationships to progress. What kind of friendships do you want to attract or have? What activities do you want to be doing with people that you have fun with, that you care about? How can you improve your relationships? Are there any relationships that you need to let go of? What kind of relationships do you want to bring in? Do you want to work with someone in a business way? Or how can you engage or interact with people in your career, your family? And what do you want your relationship with your familiar to look like? Relationships are ongoing and always improving, and they're always changing, adapting as people grow and change. And you are unique, you are authentic, and how can you be more unique and more authentic in your relationships? What would an ideal relationship for you look like? How do you show love? How do you want to receive love? What's working for you right now in your relationships, and what could make your relationships better? I hope this was helpful for you, Group 3, and you become really clear on what unique skills you bring to your relationships and how you can be more authentic in your relationships. Your familiar suggests that you are very capable of bringing harmony and peace and just love and nurturing to all the interactions that you have with people and the relationships that you have with people. How can you embrace this skill? How can you improve this skill? How can you maybe even let others nurture you as well? You shouldn't be the one doing all the work or all the heavy lifting in a relationship. It really needs to be a partnership, a collaboration. Explore what your ideal friendships, relationships, family, business collaborations look like and feel like. I hope this was helpful for you, Group 3, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.